Om Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahmam, Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambam, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Aspadacharya Priyandam, Vande Guru Parampara. Om Sakana Vavdu, Sakana Panattu, Sakaviryam Karabhavakai, Tejasvina Vadidamastma Trishavake. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnana Pradam Gurum Mukshunam Hidarthaya Tattva Bodha Abhidiyate. So Namo Namaha. If we ask the question that is anybody keen to have grief in the life, you would say no. Anybody likes to have fear in life? No. Anybody likes to have suspense in the life? No. We don't want all that. We want a life to be full of happiness, as planned. Everything is clear to us. And if I lead a life like that and I make a movie of my life and screen it, it will be a biggest flop. You go to a movie and watch someone born in a good family, good upbringing, do the nice things, go to school, studies, get married, have a family, live happily and dies. No. We like to see some suspense. We like to see some change. So we like to go to the movie where we can even shed tears. We can cry. The emotions we enjoy. So the general statement that we do not want grief in life, fear in life, suspense in life is not strictly true. We do seek them. We do seek to enjoy the variety of it. But for some reason, when we become the actor in the scene of tragedy, we become very offended by that. It's a dichotomy, isn't it? So on one hand, you want it, other hand, you don't want it. So God is very confused. So he sends you into the world and enjoy the world as a Atma. So happiness can be appreciated only when there is a momentary grief sometime. The drizzle is appreciated when there is hot sunshine. So to have a perfect enjoyment, you need a mixed bowl of things. Therefore, we recorrect our statement that it is not that I seek my life to be always happy, always suspense-free, fear-free, because I know this kind of happiness that I see in the world cannot be experienced, enjoyed, unless it is counteracted with what if I don't have the happiness? Therefore, we need to recorrect our life mission that it is not that I am seeking happiness en masse, neither I seek sadness en masse. Come what may, I must be liberated. Exactly like watching a movie. You go to the movie, you saw the tragic movie, Titanic you watch, and the hero and heroine are drowning. When you come out of the theater, your heart is melting, but you enjoyed it. You play Monopoly with your children, you lose money. Are you happily losing money? Because you are enjoying it. The difference is you have freedom in those situations because you know what you're witnessing or what you are experiencing is not satyam, it's not real. It is chalta hai, it's just a fun part of it. And imagine your whole life is a script like this and you are enacting it and you know that you are enacting it, then bring it on, is it not? No matter, we don't even need to pray for goodness. Anything can come in. That is liberation. That is moksha. Moksha is not dying somewhere and going to a distant world of some god and sitting there. No. Mukshu is one who is liberated from the ordeals of life. So if that is the definition, then why am I waiting for moksha after I die? Why am I waiting to listen to this moksha sadhanam when I am retiring? I should be learning this the moment I know what is life. In the primary school, in the kindergarten, in the high school, in the college, in the university, so that the whole life can be enjoyed as a liberated individual. This is why Vedanta is not for some retired time spending or for intellectual exercise. It is a life lesson. Unfortunately, for many reasons, this has been put aside as an esoteric knowledge, something only an elite few can read. And Sanskrit has become a sophisticated language by itself. Not many people venture into this. Therefore, the whole thing becomes a kind of a RBI, Reserve Bank of India, a chest which you cannot transact day to day. But that is not the case. So that's why we were lucky. We are lucky. So we said, no, we wanted to get the moksha now, this very moment. What do we do? Then the teacher said, well, to get that, a couple of things we need. Like, you just come one day and tell me you want to run the Olympics. I want to support you, but I want to prepare you for that. Even if you want to not to win the medal, but to qualify, you need to have certain fitness. Therefore, we spend some time and understanding a list of things that we need to be fit. It's called adhigaratvam. Vivekam, vairagyam, samadhi sambatti. It's basically clear mind, focused mind, intellectual polishedness, sharpness, fit body. So the whole life exercise, the whole 90% of the Bhagavad Gita, all the Shastras, all the good things are telling you to prepare for that journey. So for the Adhigaratvam is what we are getting for. When you do the Sandhya Mandirams, when you do the Swami Puja, you may pray, you may ask for Swami to give you something, but actually you are not actually getting anything from Swami. You are purifying yourself to receive whatever is going to be received and take it as a prasadam. That is why when a laddu is given, even a diabetic person, if it is a Tirupati laddu, you will take it and before it goes to your mouth, it goes to your eyes, isn't it? So the perspective change. So we started the journey. We finished Adhigaratvam. We are learning this Tattva Bodha as a Prakarana Grantha. And we come to the toll gate. The toll gate is which takes you into the main Rajdhani, the main street. And there is a toll gate. The toll gate is asking, okay, you have qualified to come in here. What is the secret word? Secret question. We discussed that also. The secret question that we hardly ask for two reasons. One, we don't know the question exists. Two, we take it very trivially. This question is immature. What is that question? Who am I? The toll gate asks the question. He's not expecting you to give the answer, but he's expecting you to say, if you have that question as your currency, that means you are handling it, you are keeping it. If you open the wallet, that's the first question, sits there. That's an entry point. Because to ask that question, you need a complete turnaround of your life. When you go to this Kashi, for example, Varanasi or Prayag or any holy tirthas, punya tirthas, it is very important to go and have a bath in the Varanasi because it's a punya tirtha. What about if I travel 100 miles away and take a dip at the Ganges? Is it not punya? Symbolically, tirtha is a place where the river, which is going towards the sea, turns back and look from where it came from. So wherever the river takes a U-turn to look back where it came and then goes back to its destination, that soil is called Tirtha. In Varanasi, the Ganges turn back to Himalayas and then turn back again to Bengal. And everywhere you see the river takes a turn, what does it mean? It means the vision that we have, that we always look outside, that's how it is set for. Thankfully, it's set for, because imagine if the ears can hear what is happening to your body inside. It would be a torture. You know, so many liters of blood is pumping all the time. Heart is pumping non-stop, breathing, machinery is working, electro signals, biochemical signals are passing by with noise. And if you start hearing them, torture. So we are able to see only outside. Like the Ganges, we are flowing outside towards the death without knowing anything. But if you are able to turn back and look into your source of it, you become the Punya Tirtha. It is not the Ganges anymore. When you are looking at yourself, that's why when you go to this Paramacharya, all the great saints, it's as good, even better than going to the Punya Tirtha, because they have turned towards themselves. Therefore, this question, Atma kaha, even without knowing the answer, if the question is in you and you are meditating on the question, you have turned towards yourself. Andarmukha Bharatya, Bahirmukha Sudurlabha. That's Sakashanama, it says Andarmukha Bharatya. If you look at inside, it's very clear. You can't look outside. So this, we came to this question. Okay, now I need to know Atma kaha. So we asked them, asked the Guru, Atma kaha. The Guru came back and said, Sthula Sukshma Karan Sarigat Vyadirikta hai. Panchakosha Atita San. Avasthatre Sakshi. Satchidananda Svarupa hai. San Yajastishti Sa Atma. We've gone through this in the last 6 classes. I request you, I mean, if you are serious about grasping it, whenever you have time, catch up the previous lessons, especially those who joined just today. It'll help you. So we've gone through them, and the teacher said, because you have been looking outside all the time and holding on to many things as yourself, therefore I will first tell you what you are not. So, Sthula, Sukshma, Karana, Sariras, your 3 bodies, Vediriktaha, you are different from this. So, we've gone through them. What is Sthula Sariram? What's the Sukshma Sariram? What is Karana Sariram? Then we said, okay, if you are not able to transcend these 3, I will give you into 5 layers. So, Panchakosha, the body is Panchakosha, but you are Atitaha. That means you are beyond that Panchakosha. Annamaya Kosham, Pranamaya Kosham, Manomaya Kosham, Vijnanamaya Kosham, and Anandamaya Kosham. We saw them, we saw those things, and then we also understood that we are beyond that. Using all this embodiment, you do the 3 experiences. So we saw them as Jagrata, Swapna, Sushupti. It's called Avasthatraya. And we said, in these three experiences also, you are like watching a movie. When you're watching Titanic, yeah, you may shed a tears, but you know that you are safe, you are not sinking. Therefore, this Jagrata, the state, waking state now, the dream that you have, the deep sleep, all that experiences, you are just a witness. And we took an example of a security guard sitting outside the house in the office, watching who is going, who is coming, and logging it. So like that, we are just witnessing it. So therefore, whether you already cognize this or understand or not, doesn't matter. But if you want to have all the mixed bowl of emotions in life, but not affected by enjoying it, because that makes it interesting, the life is, you have to be a Sakshi. Therefore, it is telling you that you are the Sakshi. So we've gone through that. So now we have to know some positive way. So far we got, the Guru said, what you are not. So the disciple is now asking the teacher, okay teacher, Atma tarhi kaha. Before he asked the question, Atma kaha, what is Atma? Now he says, tarhi kaha. Tarhi means, what else? Okay, I asked you for Atma, you said this is not, that is not, this is not. Okay, then what else is Atma? Do you understand? So he now knows that what is not Atma, what is Anatma. So you and I just know now, therefore, this body is not Atma, but I want to know now. So I'm telling the teacher two things. I understood what is an Atma. I agree with you. Of course, I still have to contemplate. I agree with you. I'm not the Sariras or Koshas or Avasthas. What else I am? So then, as usual, teacher is very clear. Simple questions, simple answers. He is asking, he is telling, Sachidananda Svarupa. You are, Atma is Sachidananda Swarupam. Again, words. Sat, Chit, Anandam. We don't know anything about it. So he is asking, Sat Kim? What is Sat? He says, Kalatrayepi Tishtara Idi Sat. That which is in all three time, in the past, in the present, and the future, whatever exists, that is Sat. Okay. I don't know anything like that. Whatever I see just goes away. I know I will be dead. I know my father is dead. I know my grandfather is dead. Therefore, if I am Atma, I have a problem here. But then I ask the question, Guruji, Chit Kim? What is Chit? Simple question, simple answer. Jnana Svarupa. Svarupa means the form, the intrinsic nature. Jnanam. Again, I get confused. For me, Jnanam is some new knowledge. Maybe it's a very spiritual knowledge, I don't know. And then Jnana Svarupam. I'm expecting to see a form, masculine or feminine or neutral gender. Nothing, it's not even an object. Not clear. So I try again. Okay, tell me at least what is Ananda? Ananda ka. Sukha Svarupa. Being blissful. I think about it. Well, I get happy when I see you, my friends here in this class, but it doesn't last. 12 o'clock, I'll be closed. And then I wait for one more week to see you. What is Sukha Svarupa? Impermanent. But then the teacher says, Evam, this alone, Sachidananda Swarupam. This is what Sachidananda Swarupam is. Swatmanam Vijnaniyat. Recognize that is you. So it is a kind of as clear as a mud, is it not? So therefore we have to now understand this. The text does not give you any more knowledge. It being a preparatory text, it gives you the terms. We will be only studying this, contemplating it forever in the Vedanta. Having understood this, we'll be still contemplating it because we need to stay on this all the time. So, Sachidananda Swarupaha, Aham Sachidananda Swarupam, Aham Brahmasmi, and all these beautiful sentences are going to be the tagline or a Parama Prasad, your Raksha, your magic wand, whatever you want to call it. You have to really hold on to it very dearly. Don't drop it. Even if it is not understandable. I remember Kanchi Mahaprabhu was gave this example for some other context, but it's very relevant to say it here. If you are going around and you see a chest of treasure, a chest of gold coins on the road, it contains gold coins, but it is completely sealed and it is locked and you don't have the key. Would you just drop it and go away? Because you don't have the key, you can't open it. It's of no use to you now. Would you leave it? No, you take it. Because you have a Shraddha. If I can get this chest of treasure by the grace of God, by the same grace of God, I will get the key. That's why the Vedanta Vicharam, even some of the mantrams and Bhagavad Gita recital, meaning understanding is sometimes overbearing. Too many things. Sunday morning, you just come to 1 hour just to relax and so many words to think, remember. But this is like a chest of treasure. So, as the disciples, we take these words from the teacher. Now we try to find the key. So we need to go through a little bit of a discussion on it. I try to do slowly. Please be with me. And even if you did not come to the previous class, you'll understand it now. So it's no worries about it. We need to take a little bit of a step on the tool set that we need. This is like climbing the Mount Everest. We get the right tool sets. So even if you're a devotional person, like when you, Lalita Sahasranam is that's beautiful. Lalita Sahasranam is full of coded words. So many things to unravel. I just pick one example here. Nitya Mukta, Nirvikara, Nishprabhanja, Nirashraya, Nitya Shuddha, Nitya Buddha, Nirabatya, Nirantara, Nishkarna. It goes on like this. This is defining the Parashakti, the Brahman, as Nitya Mukta, eternally liberated. What you want it to be. Nirvikara, eternally changeless. Nishprabhanja, transcending all the worlds. Nirashraya, completely independent. Now, the whole thing, if you unravel Lalita Sahasranam or Vishnu Sahasranam, if you take all those, you see these words in Bhagavad Gita, the essence of Bhagavad Gita. What is the essence of Bhagavad Gita? If you take, God start from the chapter 2. First one is our chapter, our life, Vishada Yoga, grief, sorrow, samsara. Once the God comes into picture, everything is clear. Chapter 2 where God speaks is Sankhya Yoga. So if you have to define, I'm just saying in a very light sense so that it is the context. What is Bhagavad Gita? Yes, Sankhya Yoga. 2 words. What is that? Sankhya means Atma Jnanam, Abheda Jnanam, undifferentiated supreme knowledge is Sankhya. What we are trying to now understand. Yoga means Nishkama Karma, Sadhyam. How does it relate to these two? Nishkama karma means what? You do whatever you need to do without attachment. You go to the movie, yeah, buy the ticket, sit there, watch, cry, you want to cry, laugh, you want to laugh, unattached. You're free. In life, if you do everything like this without attachment, that is yoga. But why are you doing that? Because you want to be Nitya Mukta, Nirvikara, Nishprabhanja, Shuddha Buddhan, Mukta, Nitya Prabodham. Sorry, I just digressed a bit what I was trying to say. Yeah. So we need to really get the basic words, tools. So let us go back to this Upanishad. We have not, at least in this session, we have not touched the Upanishad. So Upanishad will be after the Prakarana Grantha. But Tattva Bodha is quintessential part of the Upanishad. It gives us saram of Upanishad. You can't go away from Upanishad. Everything is Upanishad. So the answer to the Atma Kaha, Sachidananda Rupam, what we saw in the Guru's answer, is also in the Upanishad. Upanishad are in Vedas. And one of the Upanishad is Taittiriya Upanishad. Taittiriya Upanishad is a very popular, very beautiful Upanishad. It is such an Upanishad because it brings not just the Vedanta Sara, it is the Veda Sara. It gives you the Karma Kanta's essence, Jnana Kanta's essence, and the Laukika essence. So the Taittiriya Upanishad, there are 3 huge chapters. It's called Valli. First one is called Siksha Valli, which brings out very, very mystic, very little bit difficult to understand in the literal meaning, very beautiful upasanas for anything on the loka. Because I would not say to get worldly benefit, because when it's going to give you the Paramatma Sukham, this is all given, right? So when you're going to win $1 billion in a lottery, would I be able to get a table pin? I mean, it's all given. So there are upasanas in Siksha Valli, and the qualification. It talks about the dharma. The 3 things is talked about: how to approach the guru, how to do the upasanas, and things like that. So that's the Siksha Valli. Then it jumps to the second important chapter, Brahma Valli. Valli means chapter about the Brahman or Atma. So when I say Brahman, Atma, all the same. Also called Ananda Valli because it gives you Anandam. Also called Brahmananda Valli. So many ways. So Brahma Valli, Ananda Valli, Brahmananda Valli, all the same. The last one is a very specific application of it. Bhrigu Valli it's called. Actually, okay, I learned all this. Now I'm going to put into practice. So there is a kind of a practical experiment done, which we should all do. So Taittiriya Upanishad is such a version, and we are not there to talk about it right now. But this is very important to take. So the Brahma Valli starts with this statement. Om Brahmavit apnoti param. We touched this one in a 2-3 session back for a different context, but we will come back to this again. So, Brahmavit apnoti param. In a literal meaning, Brahma, something called Brahma. Vid means someone who knows it. Param apnoti. That person will get the supreme bliss. The supreme bliss is Brahman means he gets the Brahman. So basically it means if you know the Brahman, you get it. Okay. Such a sentences in Vedas, Shastras called Sutra Vakyas. Sutram means which is compacted like a bijam. Like if I say H2O. If you understand, you know what it is. I don't explain this, you know it. So we can just compact a very big definition into a sutra. Not just formula, but it's a coded way. So this is a sutra vakya, and there are, we can spend a lot of time describing what is sutra. There are a lot of definition for it. You see, in Vedanta, in Shastra, in our whole Sanatana Dharma, precision is the key. There's nothing ambiguous. If you have ambiguity or samsayam or adhyasam or doubts, it's because of a lack of understanding. That's the reason why we sharpen our brain. We do exercise, yoga to be intellectually on top. But what is given is spot on, precise. So sutra had to be very precise. So it has to really give you, like for example, if I read this one, I'll have a question. What is this Brahma? What is this Vid? What is Param? So here, the sutra is telling you, everything should have an objective, subject matter. What are you talking about? The Vishaya, subject. A sutra without a subject is just a noise. So what is the Vishaya here? Brahma. Brahman. Not this four-faced Brahmadeva. But you will ask the question, okay, Kim Tat Brahma? What is this Brahma? Who is this Brahma? Okay, so Vishaya should be there. Palam, what is the purpose of the statement? It gives you Param. So supremeness. So what is this? Kim Palam? Kim Param? Kim Tat Param? What is this Param? We have a question. How to go there? The sadhana. With to know. Apnodi. If you know that Vedanam means knowing. So you then therefore ask, if I don't know, Kadam Tas Vedanam. How am I going to know this? So the moment Sutra Vakyam comes in, as we are very serious students, we will have this question. I see three words. Brahma with Apnodi, Param. What is Brahma? What is Param? How to know about it? So these three questions, when it is asked, so the teacher have to give some answer to this. So he says, Tadesha Vyuktaha. That this one's Eshaha. Already it's there, it is said. Yuktaha. To our knowledge, it has been said. I'll bring it. See, this is very important lesson here. What Upanishad is doing here. This is the Upanishad in Ajurveda, Shukla Ajurveda. It has to now, see, for us, the Veda is a Pramanam. What is Pramanam means? Do you remember? Pramanam is the domain of knowledge on which we trust our learning. Pratyaksha Pramanam. We look at our eye as our instrument of knowledge. I look at the car. Yes, there is a car. My eye, supposing it is of good vision, I take it. Or I hear a noise of a motorcycle. I didn't see it. I hear the noise of the motorcycle. So Shabda Pramanam. Or I can use Anumana Pramanam. My daughter said there was a noise, then I think it could be a motorcycle. So Anumana Pramanam. So you have this kind of a Pratyaksha Pramanam, Anumana Pramanam, Arthapti Pramanam, presumption. There are so many ways you can have knowledge. But in Vedanta, for us, the most important Pramanam is Shabda Pramanam or Agama Pramanam or Veda Pramanam or Shastra Pramanam. We take Vedas, whatever it says is right. We discussed this before as well in the Vedanta sessions, the introductory session. It's not because we believe in it, because belief is secondary for us. It can be validated. But the validation happens either before the study or during the study or after the study. Why is this 3 stages of validation needed? Because Our capacity to validate is not there. Like, for example, somebody have a symptom of corona. Can they test it? No. The test kits are not there. So you have to wait. The tools are ready. You are ready. But you will hold on to the testing regime, testing requirement. Same way in Veda, Shastra Pramana, when you have doubts that is it right? But you have no means of validating it because you are not equipped to this. So here, therefore, it quotes from the Rig Veda mantram. First one, it says, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. It's a Rig Veda mantram. So it is the answer to the first question. Kim Tat Brahma? Brahma is Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Well, we know it before because we are coming from Tattva Bodha. We already know it. Therefore, if we have to ask the question, we get reinforced. Okay, if you learn from Tattva Bodha, you are in a good hands because I am Rig Veda. I'm telling you the same thing. Okay, fine. One question, I got an answer. I don't know the answers. I don't understand the answer, but I know the answer. What's the next question? Vedanam. Kadam tas Vedanam. How am I going to know this Brahma? Yo Veda Nikitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman. Understand now. This is where we studied this before. Whoever Veda knows Nikitam Guhayam, this Parabrahmam, this Satyam Jnanam Anandam, is in a secret cave. Whoever knows it, Parame Vyoman, they will know the Param. We quoted this because we wanted to go into the Panchakosham. Panchakosham as a sheath or caves. That's the reason now I remember that. So, Yoveda Nigitam Guhayam. Okay, here it is telling you the means of it. Okay, do you want to know about this? Know this as it is in the deepest cave, hiding it. Okay, then what do? You take all your mountain gear, go to all the caves in the mountains, Himalayas, Alps, wherever you can go. The rishis do. They find two in one. They get rid of the samsara. They get rid of this official problem, full problem, peacefulness. They go to the mountains and they go to the guha looking for this. They pray. But then God tells him, okay, you prayed. I'll give you half this thing because I make your mind pure. Now this guha is not in this mountain. It is inside you. Then this sannyasi and sadhus come out to the world, now wearing a long beard and a thing, and they are teaching to others what they have found so far, while they are trying to find within themselves the nikidam. The guhayam, so guhayam is inside. Bhagavatam tells you, we always need a marker, isn't it? There's I had a very interesting discussion with somebody many, many years back. And he said, look, in Islam talks about Nirguna Brahman, not in the same word. It is Allah. Allah means Amma, mother, or the creator. And is no form, nothing. So any idol worship is bigotry, it is dumb. Well, that's right. But then our capacity to comprehend something which is not there, mathematics is the most abstract science, right? In all things, in every science, every branch of science need an objective instrument. Even a geology or you need a lens to look at it, Mathematics, you need nothing. Not even a chalk piece you can put in your mind. So it is almost as pure as Vedas, but even there in abstract meta language of mathematics, they need an infinity symbol. In the classic mathematics, they use infinity as a symbol and compute it, whereas in modern mathematics with set theory, it is set of everything. It is never used as an infinite symbol, but it is universal set. So we all need, even the great Islamic nations which talks about it, We'll have a star and a crescent moon, a green symbol. So we need a holding because our mind is not capable of comprehending infinite thing. So therefore, Bhagavatam tells you, in your heart, the right side of your heart, I don't remember the slogan, maybe Balaji knows it. In a thumb size, it is your Brahman. So it is making you focus. And it gives you some example, whenever you say, I am, naturally your hand will go and say, I am. You don't say, I am here or I am here. You go to your heart, the place where you touch it. These are all just to give you a way to have a locative hold, because we need a locus of something. Like, when you do this puja, you take a turmeric powder and put a prayer, Lord Ganesh. Otherwise, the turmeric powder will go to sambar or chutneys, and it's not anymore. It has become divine. You put a symbol. So the guhyam. So the guhyam is therefore the next evolution for us is, I'm not going to search for it in the physical space outside, but I'm going to look for inside. The next natural progression for us is therefore something outside my body is not where I need to search for. God is not there, or the Brahman or Atma is not there. It is inside. Even then, that will change. After some time, we are going to say, well, why should I say Atma is in me? Why can't it be I am in Atma? Is it not? Why should I say mind is inside me? Why can't I say the body is inside the mind? After all, you don't know where the mind is. Why should I say Sukshma Sarira is inside my Sthula Sarira? Why can't I turn around? My Sthula Sarira is inside my Sukshma Sarira, which means I have something outside me, which is my subtle body. It's possible. So we have lack of knowledge. Therefore, we mitigate this risk by being open in our heart. Well, can be anything. Anything is possible is a magic word, magic phrase. So here, therefore, Satyam Jnanam Anandam Brahma is the definition given as a Vishaya. Yoveda Nigitam Guhayam is a location, so it gives you the means, the sadhana. Of course, the palam is Shoshtute Sarvam, Sarvan, Kaman Saha, Brahmana, Vipasasche. Iti. Iti is the quote. Iti means it, thus it is said. So whoever knows this thing, Sarvan Kaman, all the desires. Now we change our desires, right? Our desires is not just happiness. Don't just go to God tomorrow and say, or today, please give me happiness. Because you know very well, the happiness is just going to be invalid if you don't have a qualifying dose of sadness to make the happiness look happy. Therefore, our prayer should be, not give me happiness, give me everything so that I'm able to enjoy it freely. So give me the freedom, give me the moksha. Come what may. So here, Sarvan Kamansha, everything, whatever I desire. Just for side, I'm telling you, because, it's not some people commit suicide, right? Some people find depressed and they commit suicide. So they're not desiring happiness, is it? Not really. If you look at it very carefully, if somebody is committing such a drastic step of committing suicide, it is because they believe that's going to give them happiness. You understand? It is foolishness, but their heart of heart, the end is palam is param, happiness. So for us, it looks like it's a tragic thing, but the person who is willing to do it and doing it so intensely, because at the end of it, he is looking for fulfillment. Instead of using happiness, I use the word fulfillment, shanti. So therefore, we can also rephrase what I said, mixed bowl of emotions, into ananta. So we can ask God, give me anandam. Anandam is therefore a position of peace and freedom with which you can handle anything. So if somebody is a good friend I know, but he now blames me for something, right? I get hurt. He didn't even tell me in front of me. He told me from somebody else. I learned through somebody else. The word comes into my mouth. I'm lost. That means I'm vulnerable. I am weak. I did not understand who I am. This blame is not to me. So it is going to be a very tough, interesting discussions, because you have to really want to have that param. Unless you really want to have the freedom, because what I'm saying in a way comes out to death, come on, COVID, come on, anything, come on, I'll take it. It's not that you go and invite them to have it on it, but what it is, when it happens, you have the capacity to handle it. So given the time, let me just take a minor. Okay. So this one, if you look at it now, expanding the Sutra Vakya into what is the Vishaya, what is the sadhana, what is the prayojanam, is giving it a little bit more elucidation, giving a little bit more knowledge. It's called Vritti Vakya. Vritti means growth, expansion. So Sutra Vakya is like a seed. Vritti Vakya is the growth, showing the potency of what it is. For you and I, this is not good enough. So we still have to have more and more and more text and words. So when you expand all this, in Sanskrit it's called Vyakhyana. And different types of Vyakhyanas, we will not go there. So we take the three things, Sutra Vakyas, Vritti Vakyas, and Vyakhyana. So in this Taittiriya Upanishad, if I remember right, for this particular Vritti Vakya, in the second Vali, there are 5 Anuvagas, 5 sections, or Vyakhyanas. It is going to explain what is Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, how to go about finding out. Of course, we are not going to study the Upanishad right now, so we're not going to go by that method, but we will borrow that. But we go in a short and sweet with the Tattva Bodha. Okay. I hope so far you understand. Now we go back to the word. So now we knowing this now, let us now understand the meaning. We try to get some Vyakhyanam from this. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. What is this? Is it saying the same thing in so many words? Just now I think we heard in the lecture on the chapter 11 on Bhagavad Gita, Svarupa. What's the other one we used? Vishveshwara. And Madhusudana Bharati is saying it because it's so excited, It's enchanting, beautiful, wonderful adjectives used. All these adjectives, all these Visheshanam is called adjective in Sanskrit. Is it the Brahma is qualified by these adjectives? Some of those scholars take that as an adjectives and they say, look, if you qualify something, it is guna, therefore Brahma is also got a guna, therefore Sadguna Brahma, there is no Nirguna Brahma. Whatever, Ramanuja goes in a very great length to say why it is Sadguna. And there's a need why he says that. He will address that later. But here we need to understand these 3 words, Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam. They are not adjectives. They are not Visheshana, but Lakshana. What is Lakshana? You have heard two words, Lakshana and Lakshya. Lakshya means the goal, what you aim to do in life, what you need to achieve it. And that which defines the Lakshya is Lakshana. Again, they've got a deep explanation is there, but I will not go there. So Kshana is the marker. A lot of meaning for Kshana, the time, marker, indicator, symptom, signpost. So Lakshya Kshana, whatever is indicating the Lakshya is Lakshana. So therefore it is not an adjective. So it is defining the Brahma, and it is defining in three different words. Therefore all this meant by the three words should be comfortably sitting. They are not mutually exclusive. They augment each other. Therefore, without contradiction among these three, say that why this is being done? Because Brahman is indescribable, beyond all our words. No words can say. Yet, we are limited. Therefore, we need something to hold on to. When we really know, since no words can say, you will not say. You will not write. It won't be in the Vedas, in the Vedantas. It won't be in a Guru's words, but it will be there in Guru's, the most eloquent language of silence. In Tamil, they say, Kandavar Vindilar, Vindavar Kandilar. Who saw doesn't say. You will have a beautiful slogan in Bhagavad Gita later. Same thing. So there is a point where this indescribable is recognized by you, realized by you, and you know it, but you'd be like a shocked person, shocked in a very positive way, not able to tell anybody. I always quote this metaphor. It's a very beautiful one. It's in Tamil, but I'll try to explain to you. In Kurundogai, it says, I got only 5 minutes, okay. Kurundogai, it says, Kaiyil Ooman Kannil Kakum Vennai Unangal Pola. The person has no hands. With his eyes, he is looking at the butter that is melting in the sun. So what does he do? He just cannot, he's dumb as a woman. So he can't tell anybody, he can't go and take it. He just looked at it in a kind of, that is a distress, right? Okay. So he's kind of a silent, knowing it. But you take in a positive way that you know everything. You know the Brahman. You just cannot say. No words. So therefore, when there are jnanis who does not say anything, we leave them alone. Because the presence itself will give you, like, sun is there, light is there. You don't have to look at the sun. Same way when the jnanis are there, when they're around, that's the reason why in those days, when somebody took look at this sannyasa dharma. Sannyasa dharma, if somebody become a renunciator who renounces and goes out looking for Brahman, he has no job, right? He has no money. The society takes care of him. The grihastha feed them. Not just like a beggar, but it's a reverential feed. Bhiksha, we call it. But if you look at a very objective way, this guy is a useless guy, a vagabond running around with a loincloth, no use to any society, doesn't even help anybody, doesn't even speak anybody, but comes every day 3 times asking for food or 2 times asking for food. Why should I give him? That's how we used to think, right? It's wrong. Because what he has done, he has just given away his life. For what? To know this Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahmam in his mind. Yeah, okay. That means he wants to get liberated. So he'll be happy. He'll be reached God. What am I supposed to do with this? No, but when he is realized, he's lit. He's like a sun going around. His very presence gives peace around it. No, I sometime back, I can tell you for Rasam, I'm going to stop in 5 minutes. In Rasam, I think I went to Rishikesh once, and I remember there's a Vasishta's cave. I don't know how far it is true, but this is where the sage Vasishta has actually meditated, I believe. It's in the bank of Ganges. I went around all these places to just look around how this uninitiated people actually live. It's very curious to me. And somebody said, go to this Guha and look at it. And it is now occupied by another sadhu, and he's got a little light there. You had to go inside and you crawl. It's 10, 15, maybe 20 feet inside. So when you come out from the bright sunlight and go inside, it's dark first. You get a coldness, like 7, 8 degrees cold. Then it is very pleasant. You can sit there. I think there's a light there. I don't think there's a statue, and you can be there for as long as you want, but a lot of people come there, so you can't sit there for a long time. But even if you sit for 10 minutes, when you come out of it, it is so fulfilling. Sometimes you find the same thing. You talk to somebody, you sit with somebody, you don't even talk, you be with them, you get peace. So therefore, after all, the coronavirus can go from person A to person B. If you can touch this one, you can come into this. You have the Bluetooth, you press 2 boxes, plastic boxes, press the button. Technology gives you things move from one to the other. But even this inert things can move from one to the other. Jnanam can move from one to the other. Why are we not believing this? Why should I go and sit in front of a jnani who is closing his eyes, not giving even tirtham? Why should I sit in front of him? What am I getting? Or like, a Bluetooth phone telling another Bluetooth phone, no, I'm not going to receive it. So a lot of things to learn. So I would just have a quick couple of minutes to stop it in a way that it gives you something to think about it. So 2 more tools we need before we go deep into these words. The first word is Lakshana. So what is this? Lakshana. Lakshana is a definition. So there are 3 types of Lakshanas. I'll just give you briefly today, and then we'll contemplate again. Vyavartaka Lakshana. See, when I say adjectives and definitive nouns are very different. Say, for example, that pink rose or the blue lotus or whatever I say, it is differentiating, of course, glorifying the lotus, the flower, rose, but it's differentiating that rose. When I say pink rose, what is the question comes in? Okay, where is a white rose? Where's a yellow rose? Is it not? So it is differentiating. An adjective basically differentiate something from something else within the same jati. Is it not? So it is basically, there's a group, within the group you differentiate and qualify it. So it's a qualifier to specialize something within the same group. You can't say pink rose and green apple. It doesn't tell you to green apple because there's no reference. It's disconnected. So that is not the way we distinct. So Vyavartaka means difference or distinct. Vyavartaka. That is different from this. So when I give a Lakshana that it is not that, that's that kind of sort of definition by saying which is not this. Have we learned this so far? Yes. Sthula Susra Karna Sariram Vyadirattaka. It is different from Anatma, not Anatma, Neti, Neti. So when you give a Lakshanam like this, is called Vyavartaka Lakshanam. That is allowed because I am trying to define something not definable, indefinable. Therefore, I am giving a Lakshanam to give you some tools. The first easiest Lakshanam is what it is not. So I say, okay, I want to reach Raj's house. Okay, they say, okay, you go to Kenton. It is not the blue house, not the green house, not the hut. So, okay, all these are useful to me. That I take on the tool set. The enumeration is in my list. Okay, it's a blue house, no. So I can use it. So this is called Vyavartaka Lakshana. Don't worry about if you don't know this, remember these words. It's not important. But I'm driving to take you to the point which you must remember because you will ask the question later. The second Lakshana is called Tadastha Lakshana. This is a kind of a Lakshana where you give something relevant to the point of definition, but it is not really within the definition, within that project. The word is split into two parts, Taka and Sta. Sta means stationary, Sta. Hindustan, Turkestan, Stanam. Sta means station, that is which exist. Tata here means the shore, the bank. So when you say a river bank, the river bank defines the river, but the river bank is not in the river. Do you understand? It is not part of the object itself that you are trying to define, but it helps you to define that object. But I think better example, which is very important that you should know, for the Vedanta point of view, I'll take the example. So, okay, I want to go to, again, I want to find this. I don't like this red blue houses definition. I want a little bit better definition to find the house, the Raj's house I want to go. And somebody on the street corner says, okay, look there, that DHL courier guy is delivering. That is the house you want. So here, now I got a Lakshana, which is not the part of this house, but that defines a house, that being a courier guy, delivery guy, or a postman, whoever, standing at the door of the house. So I go towards the house. I know the house, I'm going towards the house. But by the time I reach the house, courier has been delivered and he is gone. Say, suppose he's gone to the fourth house. Would I go to the fourth house again? Should I do it? No. I know that this keep on moving. That is not important anymore. First one. But in the first house, there is no more this courier guy anymore. See, it has actually taken you as a marker to the, please have this in mind. It's very important what I'm saying right now. There is a definition which takes you towards the objective. But when you are at the objective, what you are holding on to as the sign is gone. You don't care. Courier guy is not important. I want to see Raj. I want to see his house. You understand? So there is a Lakshana called Tadastha Lakshana. The third one is called Svarupa Lakshana. This is not, there is no postman, nothing. I'm telling you the house. It's a beautiful house. And you see marbles on the pavement, granite on the floor, and silver door, so on and so forth, which are all part of the house. So I go to the house looking for those intrinsic nature of the house, because I know when I reach there, either today or tomorrow, whenever I reach there, it's going to be there. You may ask the question, what happens if he changes his door? Then it is not coming under Svarupa Lakshana. It is intrinsic, that cannot be changed, that is natural, it is always there for it. That is Svarupa Lakshana. If it is going to change, it is Tadastha Lakshana. So I think I would stop it here because it's already 6 minutes past the time. But I just wanted to summarize it here. I know we are not dwelling straight into the Vedanta and spiritual learning, but we are doing the tool set. But they're all very important tool sets to unravel, because you would really enjoy it, because the real happiness comes in when that is revealing to you yourself. Is it not? If I just hold something on the hand, I got a flower, I say, put a hand, what it is, and if I show it, no, okay, you know it. But if you somehow find this petal, something you find out, and it reveals to you, you have a trickle down ecstasy, ananda. Vedanta is all about enjoying that nectar. So that's the reason I'm giving you the tool set, because, and also the fact, we can spend any number of years going through this Sastra Lakshana. You will not have Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam for your enjoyment, because enjoyment will come from not by cooking, but by eating it. So right now we labor this, but I would say, maybe I took a bit too much time today, but we need 1 or 2 more classes to get the tools ready, because these tools are going to help you, not just Tattva Bodha. Even when you understand Bhagavad Gita, you will see what is it Lakshana. It is Yavartika Lakshana or Tadasya Lakshana or Svarupa Lakshana. If it's Tadasya Lakshana, I have to use it, but I'm not going to hold on to it. So like that, you have this kind of a manipulative intelligence to equip yourselves well. So I am going to stop now. So now I would ask, Natuji is not there, maybe Balaji, you could do this Shanti part, and then maybe in the next classes we can rotate the Shanti part, everyone to say each week 1 person say. I mean, that's my suggestion. So I'll let you, Balaji, take it. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Oh, thank you, Raja. I'll start the Upanishad now. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya.
Satgamaya
Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya.
Jyotirgamaya
Mrityorma Amritangamaya.
Mritoma Amritam Kamaya.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you.
No, thank you. That was very good.
Everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Goodbye.
See you next Sunday.
It's good. Very good. Thank you both. Yeah.